If you're looking for an electric bike that can handle everything from grocery runs and school drop-offs to food delivery, this Radio Flyer electric cargo bike might be your perfect match. Built for versatility, this e-bike offers the power to carry heavy loads, the space to fit kids comfortably, and the reliability to make every ride smooth and safe. With a 500-watt motor, 80 pounds rear rack capacity, and a total payload of 330 pounds, you can pack up and go on the Flyer Flex. I'm Lisa from eBiking Today, and I'll walk you through what makes the Flyer Flex an attractive choice for a cargo e-bike, and also some things to consider. It has solid strengths that make it a versatile, everyday vehicle. But like anything, there are trade-offs to be aware of too. Let's get started with the pros of the Flyer Flex. First off, I like that it feels compact and manageable, despite the load it can carry. The 500-watt Flyer hub motor packs a decent punch. It's not the raw power of a mid-drive motor, but for everyday commuting, carrying groceries, or riding with kids, it does the job smoothly. Imagine this. You load your kid onto the back, add a picnic lunch to the front basket, and cruise to the park without breaking a sweat. Hit a hill that's too much, use the on-demand throttle to get you up it quick. And because the Flex uses a torque sensor, you can control how much motor assistance you get based on how hard you pedal, making the ride feel natural and keeping you safely in control. Initially, I wasn't sure about only having 4 levels of pedal assist. However, I felt a significant boost at each level and had no problem hill climbing. I didn't even need to use level 4 turbo mode, except when having fun. There's also a battery option. Get the standard 40-mile range or pay an extra $200 for the extended battery life, giving you more than 50 miles on a single charge. Now, the payload capacity of 330 pounds provides a lot of flexibility. For example, let's say you weigh around 180 pounds. This still leaves you with a generous 100 pounds for cargo or a passenger. The rear rack is 17 inches long and holds up to 80 pounds. Fantastic for carrying a child or attaching a large grocery tote bag. These details truly make the Flyer Flex, well, flexible. Keep watching for how to carry a child safely and an option to take 2 kids with you. Admittedly, I enjoyed the puncture-resistant tires even though the wheels are different sizes. A 24-inch front with a 20-inch rear wheel. The smaller rear wheel kept me lower to the ground, which felt stable and safe. The larger front tire made it a smooth ride with less rolling resistance than having another 20-inch tire. I can see how the more cargo carried, the more I would appreciate this lower center of gravity. Braking is another area where this bike excels. The Tektro 180mm hydraulic brakes stopped on a dime. Plus, the brakes have a cutoff sensor, meaning as soon as you pull the brake lever, the motor power shuts off, giving you full control, especially on downhill rides. I certainly appreciated having reliable stopping power. How about comfort? The swept-back handlebars and foam saddle are designed to keep you upright and comfortable, whether you're riding 5 or 25 miles. The saddle isn't super soft, but I found it comfortable and easy to pedal on. I loved how the rubber ergonomic grips were soft but kept my hands planted securely. And as some e-bike brands are leaving off important details to save money, I appreciated the full coverage fenders. Now, here's something that should be required on every electric utility bike: a dual leg kickstand. I liked being able to roll the bike forward to lift the stand. With the stand deployed, I didn't have to worry about the bike tipping over when loading it. Let's talk safety features. The integrated brake light and turn signals made city riding much safer. The LED headlight and taillight could be seen even in bright light. And with UL 2271 battery certification and 2849 drivetrain certification, you can feel confident that your lithium-ion battery and e-bike have been rigorously tested and meet safety standards. Then there's the color-coded display. Although my camera didn't capture it well, the display was readable in sunlight. Plus, it controlled the pedal assist, lights, and turn signals, and showed me battery life, speed, and distance. Finally, I love that there are two frame sizes, so the Flyer Flex should fit nicely for most riders. At 5 foot 1 inch, I tested and reviewed the small medium frame and found the seat height and reach were perfectly comfortable. I also appreciated this beautiful space blue color, but you can get the Flex e-bike in black too. Potential cons of the Flyer Flex Cargo e-bike. Now, let's be honest, at 67 to 68 pounds, it's not exactly a lightweight utility vehicle. You'll feel that heft if you need to lift the Flex upstairs or store it vertically. If you're rolling it into a garage, no big deal. But for those living in apartments or small spaces, maneuvering it could be harder. The 500-watt hub motor, while reliable, may not be enough for steep hills if you're near the bike's max weight capacity. If you live in a very hilly area, greater climbing power would be nice. But on flat terrain or mild inclines, it performs well. The standover height of 19 inches is another factor to consider. While the bike is marketed as fitting riders from 5 feet to 6 feet 5 inches, shorter riders may still feel awkward stepping over. If you're closer to 5 feet tall, just know that the step-through height is an inch or two higher than some low-step e-bikes. Before we look at what's important to know before buying, please take a second to subscribe to eBiking today. You'll learn everything you need to know about e-bikes and how to get the most out of your ride. Now, here's what you need to know before you buy. First, it's important to note that each frame size has slightly different measurements. For example, the medium-large frame is 1.5 inches longer than the small-medium frame. I've left a link in the description below so you can see the differences between them. And even though the max payload capacity is 330 pounds, the maximum rider weight is only 220 pounds. I suppose this restriction has to do with proper weight distribution. So if you're a 220-pound rider, you can still take along an additional 110 pounds of cargo, which will easily carry a small child and other essentials. Speaking of essentials, plan on spending extra on the accessories you'll need to carry your child or essential gear. Radio Flyer offers accessories designed specifically for the Flyer Flex Cargo e-bike. These add-ons will let you take along exactly what you need. Take a look. Note that the kid and cargo carrier and tote on my Flyer Flex do not come with the bike, but they're nice quality and a solid choice for carrying your load, so they're worth considering. Finally, there's a Flyer app with integrated maps and the ability to track mileage, monitor your battery, find service centers, and more. The Flyer Flex is a superbly nice and efficient electric bike, so its price of $20.99 isn't surprising, albeit perhaps disappointing to those who hoped to pay less. Thankfully, Flyer Bikes offers an option to pay monthly, so you can enjoy your new e-bike right away but not get hit in the face with the full cost. Please use the link below the video to check out the current options. And yes, you still need to consider all of the cool accessories to add to it. As I showed you previously, there are a bunch of good options from Flyer. However, you can attach just about any basket or pannier bag. How it all comes together. Picture this. Your child is seated securely on the rear rack. You've stopped by the farmer's market, loaded your produce into the front basket, and now you're heading to the park. With the 2-leg kickstand, you can park with ease and get everyone off safely. The swept back handlebars keep you in a relaxed riding position so your back isn't aching by the end of the trip. And with the UL certified drivetrain and battery, you're confident in the bike's safety and reliability. For city dwellers or suburban families, the Flyer Flex checks a lot of boxes. It's practical, fun, and well-equipped for carrying both cargo and a kid. Just keep the weight in mind if storage or lifting is a concern, and be aware that the motor might have limits on very steep hills, especially for larger riders. But if you're looking for an electric cargo bike that makes everyday life easier, this one is worth serious consideration. I found the Flex Radio Flyer electric cargo bike to be a smart choice for families or anyone who needs to move more than just themselves. And hey, if you want to take 2 kids on your rides, be sure to check out my Flyer Via Utility e-bike review by clicking on it here. Whether you're commuting, running errands, or adventuring with your family in tow, the Flyer Flex helps you pack up and go. And enjoy your ride.